There's a moment in Ted Lasso where Jamie Tartt's entire identity is built on being seen. He's flashy, talented, cocky, and obsessed with being the center of attention. But when his visibility outpaces his maturity, everything crumbles. He can't connect, he can't lead, he can't grow. And that's what we're diving into today, the trap of algorithmic fame. Because visibility without integrity, that isn't impact. Hey, it's Mary Williams, and this is the School of Moxie podcast, where we use your favorite TV shows to talk about real business, real leadership, and real damn life. This season, we're breaking down Ted Lasso and what it really means to lead in a world obsessed with image, status, and performance. Today's episode, we're talking about the hunger for likes, follows, and clout, and why that can quietly kill your credibility. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly updates at sensiblewoo.com/subscribe. Let's talk about fame, the kind the algorithm loves to dangle in front of you like a shiny key, the kind that looks like opportunity but feels like burnout in disguise. The Jamie Tartt arc is so good because it's so real. He's gifted, he's seen, but he is not ready. And the algorithm doesn't care if you're ready. It just cares if you perform. We are living in the age of what I call the algorithmic Hunger Games, and I've watched way too many brilliant people lose themselves to it. They start chasing metrics instead of meaning. They pivot not because it's aligned, but because the data suggests it'll do better. They show up louder, not clearer. And then they wonder why they're exhausted, disconnected, or just meh about their own work. And yeah, I've been there too. There have been seasons where I was gaining visibility faster than I could keep up with. I felt like I had to look successful before I'd even fully defined what success meant to me. It's where imposter syndrome thrives because the gap between what people see and what you actually feel is so wide, you can fall into it. I've had visibility outpace my readiness more than once, and the answer isn't to shrink. It's to build better support structures. It's to know what your message actually is and why you're sharing it. When I pivoted out of high-ticket coaching and returned to content production, it wasn't because I couldn't hang. It was because I'd realized that my integrity was being eroded by an algorithm that rewarded me for performing vulnerability, not processing it. There was a time when I coached for other people's communities, and it was exhilarating to be visible like that. But after a while, it started to feel like I was being rented out, like I was a plug-and-play expert in someone else's empire, and my health started to suffer, so I walked away. Because visibility shouldn't cost you your body. Meanwhile, I've seen the same pattern play out in clients. People getting traction on Reels or TikToks and then trying to reverse engineer a whole business model from that one viral post. People who confuse performance metrics with purpose. Listen, you can be good at content and still not be running a business. That's not judgment, that's just real talk. And I want to say something especially to my fellow women and femmes in this space. Sometimes we're told that the only way to be seen is to be sparkly, to be sweet, to be consumable. But that's not leadership, that's branding. And if you don't know the difference, you're going to burn out trying to be a character in your own story. I spent years working in media and entertainment, at Disney no less. I've been around production long enough to know that the show isn't the substance. And when I moved into coaching, I assumed people knew this too, but most didn't. They thought the polish was the product, and that's what we are correcting in this episode. You don't need to be the algorithm's favorite to be effective. You don't need to be a perfect aesthetic to make an impact. You just need to say what's true and be consistent enough that people trust it. This is the difference between Jamie Tartt in season 1 and Jamie Tartt in season 3. He's still talented, he's still shiny, but now he shows up for the team. Now he listens, now he leads. That's growth. And it doesn't come from a viral post. It comes from doing the inner work while you create. So here's the challenge I want to leave you with. Where are you building for performance instead of connection? Where are you chasing numbers instead of nurturing impact? It's okay if you've gone down that path. You can come back. You can build an aligned, visibility-rich business that doesn't sell out your values. But you have to slow down long enough to get real. Visibility is not bad, but it has to be built on something. Let's build that something together. This episode is brought to you by my membership newsletter, The Woo Crew. But before you commit to another subscription, did you know you can get a free reading every Saturday delivered right to your inbox? Yep, it's totally free and designed just for entrepreneurs. Head over to sensiblewoo.com/subscribe to sign up. You'll get a weekly tarot reading to help you make aligned business decisions, none of the fluffy relationship stuff mixed in with business, plus a peek at whether I'm the right reader for you. No pressure, no sales funnel trap. It's your taste test the ethical way. You'll also receive weekly updates about my online and in-person workshops and events. It's not just a newsletter, it's a weekly media magazine digest for intuitive entrepreneurs who want clarity, strategy, and just the right amount of magic. We've all had Jamie Tartt seasons. We've all wanted the praise before we built the practice. But here's what I want you to remember. You're not here to win the algorithmic Hunger Games. You're here to build something meaningful and impact, real impact. It's built in the quiet moments, the unpopular posts, the behind-the-scenes decisions you make when no one is watching. The goal isn't to get famous. The goal is to get free. Free to say what's true. Free to build something that actually serves. Free to not be a caricature of yourself. So the next time you feel the pull to just post for reach, ask yourself, is this for impact or is this for applause? Because when you know the difference, you can finally stop performing and start leading. Thanks for listening to the School of Moxie podcast. I'm Mary Williams. This season is inspired by Ted Lasso, which is available to watch on Apple TV+. This podcast is written, produced, and edited through my media company, Moxie Studios in Vancouver, Washington. Make sure to subscribe to the School of Moxie podcast on your favorite podcast app and also on YouTube. Leaving a 5-star review helps other listeners find the show, and it's always deeply appreciated. And hey, if you're feeling inspired by this episode, share it with your biz bestie. Talk about what visibility means for you, and then go create something real, something that lasts. I'll see you next episode.